Hello friends, good evening. Welcome to NEET World. This is your Abhilash Sir, Mathematics faculty for EAPCET, KCET, JEE and also Foundation. So today in this session, let us continue our discussion on what TG EAPCET 2025 paper. So in the previous class, we had solved some question. Let us continue from there. So in the previous class, we had started with TG EAPCET 2025 paper. So let us continue with that discussion. Now when it comes to the paper, we had solved some questions. That is up to question number C here. That is up to question number 6 we had solved. Now we have to solve from question number 7. That is we have to solve from question number 7. If you have a look at it, see here, what is the question number that they were given? That is question number 7. What is the question that they were given? Let's start with this question. That is, if matrix A is equal to given something, then they are asking us to find determinant of adjoint of A inverse. Determinant of adjoint of A inverse they are asking. So first of all, you have to understand that there is a property which says what? Which says that adjoint of A, determinant of adjoint of A, okay, determinant of adjoint of matrix A is equal to determinant of A to the power of n minus 1, where n is equal to what? Dimension of the matrix. That is, dimension is what? Whether it is 2 cross 2, 2 cross 2, 3 cross 3 or 4 cross 4, whatever it is. Here n is equal to what? N is equal to what? Dimension of the matrix. Okay. It's not about getting the answer, you have to understand the approach, you have to understand the concept behind the question. Okay. So you have to understand the dimension, that is you have to understand the concepts, so that you will be able to attempt really well when it comes to TG EAPCET 2026. That is the objective behind solving these papers. Okay, got it. So n is equal to what? Dimension, that is if it is 3 cross 3, here 3 is what? This is what? The dimension of the matrix. Here 3 is row, another 3 is column. Here what is the matrix? That is 3 cross 3 matrix. So n is equal to what? N is equal to 3 here. So here we will have a to the power of n minus 1, that is 3 minus 1, we will get it as equal to a to the power of, that is determinant of A whole square. Now they have given what? They have given us to find adjoint of A inverse. They are not asking us adjoint of A, they are asking us to find adjoint of A inverse. So adjoint of A inverse can be written as what? Adjoint of A inverse can be written as what? 1 by adjoint of A, that is which is along with determinant. Okay. Determinant of adjoint of A inverse is equal to 1 by determinant of adjoint of A. That is nothing but it gives us what? 1 by adjoint of A can be written as what? 1 by determinant of A to the power of n minus 1. In this case it is 1 by A to the power of determinant of A to the power of 2, that is 1 by determinant of A square. Okay. So for this we have to find what? Just we have to find determinant of A and then square it. So to find the determinant of A, what I should do? So here I have to find the determinant of A, that is what? A is given as what? 1 5. Let me write down the matrix, or directly you can look at the question and solve. So that is 2 6 3. So if I have to find the determinant of this is what? 1 into 1 3s are 3, 6 3s are 18. Okay. Minus 5 into 4 3s are 12. Okay. 4 3s are 12 minus 2 3s are 6. Okay. Plus 2 into 4 6 are 24 minus 2. Now calculate this. This will be what? 1 into this will be minus 15 minus 12 minus 6 is 6, 6 5s are 30. Okay. This is what? 12 minus 2 is, this is 24 minus 2 is 22. 22 into 2 is, 22 into 2 is what? 44. 22 into 2 is what? 44 we have. So this will be equal to what? This will be equal to minus 45. This will be equal to 44. So this will be equal to what? Minus 1. So determinant of A is equal to minus 1. So determinant of A is equal to minus 1. So this will be equal to what, friends? This will be equal to 1 by minus 1 whole square. Determinant of A is 1. Okay. Determinant of A square is minus 1 square. That will be equal to what? 1. That is 1 by 1. We will get the answer as 1. That is option 2 is the correct answer. That is 1 is the correct answer. That is answer is 1. That is option 2. I hope it is clear. Very simple question. This property we also learnt in the previous one of the questions where we solved. Okay. That is square root of adjoint of A. There in that question we learned that determinant of adjoint of A is equal to determinant of A to the power of n minus 1. N is nothing but dimension of the matrix. Please keep this in mind. Okay. I hope it is clear. Let us move to the next question, friends. Let us move to the next question. That is what they have given. So here they have given a question. They were given a complex number and they have asked us to find the amplitude of the complex number. To find the amplitude of the complex number, first it should be in the form of x plus iy. Z should be equal to, that is Z complex number should be in the form of x plus iy, but here it is not in the form of x plus iy. So we have to simplify this. To simplify, what I should do? The numerator and denominator I have to multiply. That is numerator I have to simplify and denominator I have to simplify. So this is what? Root 3 plus I into 1 minus root 3i. So this is root 3 plus I into 1 minus root 3I, this is numerator. So if I multiply this, I will get root 3 into root 3 is 3I, okay, plus I into 1 is I itself, minus this will be root 3I square, okay, root 3I square, so this will be root 3 minus 3I, okay, plus I, minus this will be what, I square is nothing but equal to minus 1, this will be plus root 3. So what I will get, 2 root 3 minus this is 2I, this is numerator. When you talk about denominator, this is what, minus 1, I will write it here, minus 1 plus I into, what is that denominator I am taking, minus 1 minus I. This is nothing but what, a plus b into a minus b, that is nothing but equal to a square minus b square. So this gives me minus 1 square minus I square, okay, minus I square. So this will be minus 1 square is 1 itself, minus I square is minus 1. So this will be equal to what, minus into minus will become plus, this will be equal to 2. So this will be 2, okay, I will get the denominator as 2. If I take it as common, I will get it as what, 2 times root 3 minus I divided by 2. 2 cancels. So ultimately this simplified form I will get it as what, friends, I will get it as root 3 minus I, okay. So ultimately this z will be equal to root 3 minus I. Now I have to find the amplitude. To find the amplitude, what I should do, this is nothing but equal to, see, if the complex number z is equal to x plus iy, so the amplitude is given by what, that is nothing but theta is given by tan inverse of y by x, tan inverse of y by x. Here theta is equal to what, theta is equal to tan inverse of what it is nothing but equal to, I is nothing but, here it is nothing but equal to 1, okay, y is nothing but equal to 1, y is nothing but equal to 1, but it is not just 1, it is minus 1 divided by what it is, root 3 divided by root 3. So this is 1 by root 3. So tan inverse of 1 by root 3 is what, it is nothing but equal to pi by 6. So if I take only the angle, so tan inverse of minus x is, minus will be there, okay, tan inverse of minus x is minus tan inverse of x. So minus will be outside, this will become pi by 6, directly you can write it. Otherwise if you do not take minus here, this is what, x value is positive and y is negative, that is nothing but equal to what, it is in fourth quadrant, tan is negative, so you should take it as minus pi by 6. The answer is fourth option, that is the correct answer, friends, that is the correct answer, that is what we got here, okay. I hope it is clear. Fourth option, that is minus pi by 6 is the correct answer to this question. First of all, the most important thing is, it's not about finding the amplitude, that you can find it very easily. First you should identify the quadrant, that is fine, but before that you have to simplify this. While simplifying, if you do the mistake, this everything will go wrong. So please pay more attention while simplifying this, and you have to do it fastly also. I square is not equal to 1, I square is equal to minus 1, so please be careful, okay, clear. Let us move to the next one, friends, let us move to the next one. Okay, let us move to the next question. Before that, let us see some comments. Okay. Now have a look at this question. So they are given question number 9, have a look at this question number 9. They are given, if a complex number z is equal to x plus iy represents a point p x comma y in an argand plane. You must be knowing what is an argand plane, and z satisfies the condition that imaginary part z minus 3 by z plus 3i is 0, then the locus of the point p is, then they are asking the locus of the point p. Okay, what does the locus of the point P represent? That is what the question is asking. So here what we can do here is, see, observe here, what we can do here is, see here, they have given z minus 3, z plus 3i. Okay, z minus 3, what they have given, z minus 3, z plus 3i, this is imaginary part, this is equal to 0 they have given, and x is equal to what, z is equal to what is that, z is equal to x plus iy, this is the complex number that they are telling, that is what they are telling, z is equal to x plus iy. Now here in this part what I can do is, wherever z is there I will put x plus iy. So this becomes what, this becomes x plus iy minus 3 divided by x plus iy plus 3i. Now I will write real part together and imaginary part together. This gives me what, x minus 3 plus iy divided by what it is, x plus y plus 3 into I. Okay, this is what I have. Now I will multiply numerator and denominator by conjugate of the denominator. Conjugate of the denominator is nothing but what, this gives me I have to multiply x minus y plus 3 into I divided by x minus y plus 3 into I. Okay, y plus 3 into I. Now I have to multiply this. So this if I multiply, okay, this if I multiply, what I will get in the numerator? X minus 3 into x. Okay, next what I will have? X minus 3 into x and x minus 3 into, this is minus x minus 3 into y plus 3 I. Okay, I is there. Next what I have? Iy plus I into y into, this is what? X. Plus into minus is minus. Okay, I into I is I square. So I square means I can write it as what? I square will become plus, I square will become minus 1. Okay, let me write it. This will become I square into I into I is I square minus I square into y is y into y plus 3. This is what I have. In the denominator what I have is a plus b into a minus b, that is nothing but equal to what? A square plus b square. I square is nothing but equal to minus 1. Okay, a square minus b square. A plus b to a minus b is what? A square plus b square? No, it is a square minus b square. But here it is minus b square, but I square is there. I square is minus 1. So it is what? Minus into minus will become plus. So this becomes x square plus y plus 3 whole square. This is what I have in the denominator. This is what I have in the denominator. Now if I further simplify this, here what I will have? This will become actually, instead of writing this I square, what I can write directly here is I square is nothing but equal to minus 1. So minus into minus will become plus. So this will become plus. Okay. Now I have to focus only on the imaginary part. I will focus only on the imaginary part. Why? Because they are telling imaginary part is equal to 0. I will use that condition. So I am not bothered about real part. I am least bothered about real part. So I have to focus only on the what? Imaginary part, because they have given the condition in this complex number imaginary part is equal to 0. So this becomes what? I can write it as what? Imaginary part. First let us multiply. So if I multiply here, this is imaginary part. If I multiply this, what I will get? X into, this is what? Xy into I. Okay, this I will get it as what? Xy into I. Okay, this is what? If I multiply this, this is what I will get? Xy into I. Okay, minus xy into I. Okay, minus xy into I minus 3x into I. Okay, minus 3x into I. Minus 3 is there. Minus 3 into y into I. Okay, minus, this is what? This minus is also there. So this becomes plus. So this becomes plus. So 3 into y into I. This is minus into minus plus again. So 3 into 3 is 9. Okay, 9i. I have 9i. Okay, this will become 9i. Now this is what? I into yx. I into yx. This and all I am not bothered, because there is no I. Here also there is no I. Okay, so I am not bothered about this. I am not bothered about this because they are all what? Real part. I am focused only on imaginary part. If I divide this, I will get what? X square plus y plus 3 whole square. Okay, this see here minus I into xy plus I into xy. It is nothing but what? I can cancel this. I can cancel this. Now here I is there. If I can take it as common. So if I take I common, what I will get here? Friends, if I take I common, what I will get here? I will get it as I into, what I will get? This will be minus 3x, okay, plus 3y plus 9 by what it is? X square plus y plus 3 whole square is equal to 0. See, I can skip certain steps and write it directly, but for your understanding I am writing detailed way. Okay, you have to understand this. This imaginary part they are telling it is equal to 0. That means what? This I will go. This will become what? Minus 3x plus 3y plus 9 is equal to 0. Now this denominator, if I send it this side, this will become equal to 0. But you have to understand this x square plus y plus 3 whole square is not equal to 0. That means what? That means this x is not equal to 0, okay, and y is not equal to minus 3. Y is not equal to minus 3 or y is not equal to 3, whatever it is. Now here if I multiply throughout by minus, what I will get? Or if I take 3 common and if I multiply throughout by minus, this will become x minus y minus 3 is equal to 0. So this will become what? X minus y minus 3 is equal to 0. This is the locus of the given equation. This is the locus of the point P. This is the locus of point P. So which is option? What is the option that we have to see? That is xy is not equal to 0, not equal to minus 3. That is the condition we got, and also this is option 3. This, if they want to make it more difficult, they could have given the same equation and another locus, same point. This one they could have changed the condition, but they have made it simple. So this option 3 is the right answer to this question, friends. Okay. Option 3 is the right answer to this question. Okay, I hope it is clear. Let us move to the next question, friends. Let us move to the next question. Okay, let us move to the next question. So they have given root 3 plus I to the power of 10 plus root 3 minus I to the power of 10 is equal to what they are asking. Okay, so again based on complex numbers, all this question based on complex numbers that they have given. So root 3 plus I, root 3 minus I. First of all, let me write this root 3 plus I, root 3 minus I in terms of polar form. So root 3 plus I, what I can do? Root 3 plus I can write it as what? Here theta is equal to what? Theta is equal to y by x, that is 1 by root 3, that is nothing but equal to 1 by root 3 is pi by 6. Okay, when it comes to tan inverse of 1 by root 3 is nothing but equal to what? Pi by 6. So this will become equal to what? 2 times cos pi by 6 plus I sin pi by 6. Okay, pi by 6. This will be equal to what? In terms of Euler form, if I write it, this will be 2 times e power I to the power of e power I to the power of e power to the power of, that is 2 times e power I pi by 6. Okay, root 3 minus I, if I write it, this will be 2 times cos minus pi by 6 plus I sin minus pi by 6. Okay, this if I equate it, this will be equal to 2 times e to the power of minus I to the power of pi by 6. This is what we will get. Now they are telling to the power of 10, this to the power of 10. So that means what? I have to raise this to the power of 10. So if I write this, I can write this as root 3 I to the power of 10 plus root 3 minus I to the power of 10. Okay, that means what? This will become 2 to the power of 10 will become, this will become I into 10 times pi by 6 plus 2 to the power of 10 e to the power of minus I into 10 times pi by 6. So this will become what? 2 5s are 2 3s are. Okay, 2 5s are 2 3s are. So this will become what, friends? 2 to the power of 10. If I take it common, this will become e to the power of I 5 pi by 3 plus e to the power of I minus e to the power of minus I 5 pi by 3. This is what we will have. Okay, this is what we will have. Now we know that by Euler's form, if I write e to the power of ix is nothing but equal to what? Is nothing but equal to cos x plus I sin x. Similarly, if I write e to the power of minus ix, this is nothing but equal to what, friends? Cos x minus I sin x. Here it is plus I sin x, here it is plus I sin x. Since it is minus, this will be minus I sin x. So if I put the values here, if I substitute it here, that form, this will become what, friends? This will become equal to 2 power 10 into what it is? This will become cos of 5 pi by 3 plus I sin 5 pi by 3. Next, what is it? Next it is, this is plus is there, plus cos of minus 5 pi by 3. Okay, minus 5 pi by 3. It is not minus, it should be actually plus itself. Minus will be outside. Cos of 5 pi by 3. Cos of 5 pi by 3 minus I times sin 5 pi by 3. Now what will happen here? So see here, friends, this entire thing bracket plus I sin minus I sin cancels. So I will get it as what? 2 power 10 into what I will get it? Into 2 times cos of 5 pi by 3. Now this cos of 5 pi by 3 is what? Cos of 5 pi by 3 can be written as what, friends? Cos of 5 pi by 3 can be written as cos of 2 pi minus pi by 3. Okay, cos of 2 pi minus pi by 3. Cos of 2 pi minus pi by 3 is what? That is nothing but, this is nothing but what? If you see the trigonometry classes, there I have told you even multiple of pi by 2, cos odd multiple of pi by 2. This is even multiple of pi by 2, that is 4 times pi by 2 is nothing but equal to 2 pi. This gives us cos itself. So this will become cos, and this is in which quadrant? 2 pi means 2 pi minus pi by 3 means this is in 4th quadrant, cos will remain positive. This will be cos pi by 3, the value is nothing but equal to 1 by 2. So if I put it here, this will become what? 2 power 10 into 2 into 1 by 2. Okay, 2 cancels, I will have 2 power 10 itself, that is nothing but equal to 1024. Okay, this much detailed explanation I have given, you will not get it anywhere. That's much detailed explanation, because you have to understand each and everything. If you have understood these things, directly I will see looking at this, directly you can write these steps, and then directly you can bring it to this form. Clear? So the answer is 1024, which is option 2. That is 1024 is the correct option, friends. 1024 is the correct option, friends. Let us have a look at the 11th question. I think 10th question is clear to all of you. Okay, I think 10th question is clear to all of you. Let us have a look at the 11th question. What does the 11th question say? So it says that number of real values of minus 1 minus root 3 I to the power of 3 by 4. minus 1 minus root 3I to the power of 3 pi by 4, okay, to the power of 3 pi by 4. So, what is the question that says? Number of real values of minus 1 minus root 3I to the power of 3 pi by 4. Okay. So, if I write it in polar form, here what is the theta value of theta? Theta is nothing but root 3 by 1. So, that is theta will be equal to pi by 3, but it is in which quadrant? It is in third quadrant. So, in third quadrant tan is what? Tan is positive. So, tan is positive. So, here theta will be equal to actually pi by 3. Okay. Since this is what? This is third quadrant. So, okay, third quadrant. So, this will become what? This will become pi plus theta will actually become pi plus pi by 3. So, this will become what, friends? 4 pi by 3. So, this will become what, friends? 4 pi by 3. So, this in Euler's form if I have to write it. What I can write it? I can write it as what? Or first if I want to write it in terms of polar form, this will become equal to 2 times 3 pi by 4, 2 times to the power of 3 by 4 into cos of 4 pi by 3 plus I sin 4 pi by 3, okay, whole to the power of 3 by 4. This I can write it as 2 to the power of 3 by 4 into e to the power of I, okay, into e to the power of I, okay, into e to the power of I into 4 pi by 3, okay, into 4 pi by 3 whole to the power of, this is 3 by 4. Now, this in general form, I can write it as what? In general form of this I can write it as this in Euler form, in terms of general form I can write it as 2 to the power of 3 by 4 into e to the power of I into what it is 4 pi by 3 plus I can write it as 2 pi times k, okay, k is some constant, 2 pi times k, this entire thing to the power of 3 by 4. So, this if I simplify, I will get it as what? This if I simplify, I will get it as 2 to the power of 3 by 4 is there as it is, 2 to the power of 3 by 4 into e to the power of what it is, e to the power of 4 pi by 3 plus 2 pi by k, okay. See here, if I multiply this, I will get it as what? E to the power of I pi plus, if I multiply this will be equal to what? This will be equal to 3 pi by 2 k, 3 pi by 2 times k, 3 pi by 2 times. Now, k value you have to take it from 0 to
See what?
If I take k is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, and if I write it in polar form, I will get the values as what? I will get the values as one of the value will be 2 times 3 pi by 4, okay. Another value will be in terms of this will be another value will be minus 2 times 3 pi by 4, another value will be I into 2 to the power of 3 pi by 4, another value we will get it as minus, this will be plus 2 times 3 pi by 4, another value will be minus I into 2 to the power of 3 pi by 4. Out of this, how many are real values? This one and also this one, okay. This one, see this one and also this one, they are real values, okay. So, the number of real values is how much? The number of real values is 1 and 2, the answer is 2, okay. So, the number of real values to this question, they are asking what? The number of real values. The number of real values of this question is, that is option 3, that is answer is 2. I hope it is clear, friends. I hope it is clear, okay. Let us move to the next question. That is, here in this question, just we have to find out using the Euler's form, we got the number of real values as equal to 2. There you have to put the value, that is converted into polar form. I hope that you will be able to do it, okay. So, look at this question. They are telling if tan theta and cot theta are two distant roots of the equation, okay, this is quadratic equation, fine. A is not equal to 0, B is not equal to 0, then they are asking, then what, which of the following is correct, they are asking. So, tan theta and cot theta are roots of the equation. So, here what I can do is, see here tan theta, they have given the equation as what? They have given the equation as ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, okay. So, tan theta and cot theta are the roots of the equation, that is sum of the roots and product of the roots, that formula we have to use. Sum of the roots is what? Alpha plus beta, that is tan theta plus cot theta is equal to what? Is equal to minus b by a, is equal to what? Minus b by a. And what about product of the roots? Tan theta into cot theta, that is equal to c by a, that is c by a. So, tan theta into cot theta I can write it as what? Tan theta can be written as, this cot theta can be written as 1 by tan theta, that is equal to c by a. Clear? So, tan and tan cancel, I will get equal to 1 is equal to c by a, that means what? A is equal to c. Very important result. I got it, A is equal to C. Now let me take this one. This is what sum of the roots. So tan theta plus cot theta, I can write it as what? Tan theta plus 1 by tan theta is equal to what? I will get it as equal to minus B by A. This will be minus B by A. Now if I take LCM, I will get it as tan square theta plus 1 by tan theta is equal to minus B by A. Okay, 1 plus tan square theta is equal to what, friends? It is nothing but secant square theta. So this will be secant square theta by tan theta is equal to what? Is equal to B by A, minus B by A, sorry, this will be minus B by A. Okay, minus B by A. Now secant square theta by tan theta, secant square theta in terms of sin and cos, secant square theta is 1 by cos square theta and tan theta can be written as sin by cos theta. Okay, so cos and cos cancels, I will get it as minus B by A. So this ultimately becomes what? 1 by sin theta cos theta. So this will become 1 by sin theta cos theta. So I will divide and multiply by 2. So this will be 2, this will be 2, this will be, so here it will be what? Numerator and denominator divide and multiply by 2 when it comes to LHS. This will be minus B by A. Okay, but one thing you have to understand, A is equal to C. Let us see where we can substitute. So this will be what? 2 by 2 sin theta cos theta is nothing but what, friends? This will be sin 2 theta. Sin 2 theta is equal to what? Minus B by A. Okay, so let us have a look at the options. They are giving it in terms of sin 2 theta, cos 2 theta, tan 2 theta. So sin 2 theta I want it. So sin 2 theta will become what? Sin 2 theta by 2 will be equal to what? Minus B by A will be equal to, this also will be inverse, that is, so this will become what? Minus A by B. Okay, so sin 2 theta is equal to what? Is equal to minus 2 times A by B, or you can write it as what? If I move it, see here, sin 2 theta is equal to minus 2 times A by B, or we got it A is equal to C. Instead of A, I will put it C. So this will become what, friends? Sin 2 theta is equal to minus 2 times C by B, minus 2 times C by B. This is what the answer we got, friends. Very clear and very simple, just by having the knowledge of polynomials, sum of the zeros and product of the zeros, and by double angle formula, that concept we can solve this question. That is option 2 is the right answer, friends. Already answer is given, but most important thing is getting to know the solution and how to approach the question, from where we have to start. All these things are very important, friends. I hope the session was useful. Okay, we have done till 12 questions. In the next class, we will be doing with remaining questions. Like this, the series will go on, where we will be doing complete TG EAPCET questions, and later we will be doing AP EAPCET questions, and then we will be going for JEE mains. Okay, I hope the session was useful. Please regularly follow the session to update your knowledge, and please practice the same question. Okay, this will be immensely helpful for your upcoming exams, be it JEE mains and also TG EAPCET and AP EAPCET, or even for KCET exams for that matter. Okay, have a nice day. Thank you. Take care. Good evening.